What is up, everyone? So today I have a Coleman tent. This is a 14 by 10. This is the darkroom technology, and basically it's supposed to block out 90% of sunlight. As you can see, we got a sunny day and we're gonna put that to the test to see how dark it actually gets. It's about 90 degrees outside, so it's kind of hot. But we'll see the layout, how easy it is to set up, and whether or not it's a purchase that you should make. So let's get into this review and see what it's all about. Okay, so this is what the bag looks like. As you can see, I'm about 6 foot and it's about chest height. The last tent, if you recall, that I had a Coleman, the yellow one, the 2-in-1 shelter, that was a 10 by 10, and that one weighed about 50 pounds. This one is half the weight, so it's about 25 pounds. The other one, if you never set it up and it was your first time setting it up, it'll probably take you about 30 to 40 minutes to set up, only because you need to see how it's configured. After that, you could get it up in around maybe 10 to 15 minutes because you had to put all the little bits and pieces together. So that was one drawback, and then also the weight, that was another drawback. I needed something a lot lighter because having to be able to tote this stuff around, you know, in a bin or even the bag was a pain in the butt. Also putting it back, so this one's kind of loose, so putting it back should be easily done. You also have a remove to expand your bag on the bottom side, so if you're not able to put it back together, all you do is tear this off and it'll allow the bag to expand a little bit more. That's an awesome feature. It's already loose as it is in here, but I'm pretty sure it's going to fill up that area a lot faster than we think when putting it back. So let's get it open. The layout's pretty straightforward. It's tucked in here. You have these draw straps that were just tied in there. And then you have the instructions on it already sewed in. So that's pretty nice, so that way you don't lose them. Okay, and you remember how everything goes. So let's get this other draw strap off to keep everything compact. Traditionally they give you scraps, but this is actually a pretty nice strap that they give you. They usually give you straps of like whatever fabric they have. So you get another reason why I like this is because they give you a door that will allow you to hinge open, and that's what this is. And then your stakes, we'll get to that a little bit later. I'll show you that. The other instant tents by Coleman, they don't give you a rain fly traditionally. So this looks like it. You put stuff in there on the inside, you have a mat, and then you have your rain fly. So it's nice that they give you the rain fly included with this package, so you don't have to go out and buy it, because even though you save on the tent, when you go and buy the rain fly, it's like the same price as the tent, or at least close to half, a little over half. So we'll lay this out like that, and then it looks like it just folds out. Okay, I'm just gonna basically lift these up, extend these out like that, like so. See if they clip. They do have a neoprene covering, which is nice, so it doesn't ruin your tent, dig into them. Okay, so this, of course, would be a lot easier with 2 people, but since I'm by myself, we'll see how easy it is to set up first of all. The bright poles are pretty cool because you'd be able to see them at night, so you don't trip over anything. So that's that part of it. Now we're going to extend it. So there's a latch that plugs into there. There's little indentions. So they have two two styles of this tent. They have your traditional instant tent, and then easy pop-up tent that looks like this. So don't get the two confused. The one that you easily pop up is, I believe, like $50 cheaper. The side poles do not extend out this way, just the fronts and the rears. And then all of them are going to expand straight out, like so. So, as you can see, this tent was set up way faster than the last time. I mean, it probably took a couple minutes to set up by myself, and this is my first time doing it. So that was really quick and easy. Let's see how everything is on the inside. So this is sloping inward. It's probably because I gotta pull it out maybe, or tighten something. No, nothing gets tightened. There are drawstrings or stakes at the bottom, and then there's probably drawstrings that you got to hook up to pull tension on this. Typically I don't like using that stuff because it's extra time and it gets in the way. I mean, nothing's going to blow over this tent unless you are in some severe winds, in which case I don't think you should purchase a tent that's instant or this tall if you're worried about wind. The fabric, this is a lot thicker than your traditional stuff. It's double coated. It feels like double the thickness, and that's probably because it gets to block out the light. So let's seal up the top and then go inside. Okay, so these are really small stakes. They're not really big. So on the outside there's a pocket that this will slide into, okay? And the reason for it being so small, or these rods for being so small, is so that way they could bend a lot easier, because if not, you'll be fighting it the whole time. So you just inch it down into the pocket until it completes your door. It should come out this end, and when it comes out this end, you have a rubber gasket that's stitched into the actual door panel itself, where that gets inserted into. And then you move it upward, and then the same on this end where it plugs into. And then bam, there you have your door that you could grab with one hand. There's two, and a Velcro seam on this end that allows you to maneuver it and stick it onto this end right here. So there's a Velcro patch here that goes onto, just like so. So if people are going in and out of this constantly, you don't have chances of, so you put it underneath here, but you won't have chances of people snagging the zipper. And then when you go to sleep, you could still zipper it up. Okay. So that was one of the major features why I wanted this tent, is because it came with the D door. A lot of the other ones have like an A-frame style door with a zipper, and this allows people to go in and out no problem. One thing I don't like is you're gonna have to use these tie downs on it to pull tension on this whole thing, because if you don't, these are gonna cam inward, cam outward, so you're kind of forced to put the stakes in. Which, I mean, doesn't hurt, but it just sucks that you have to do additional tie downs. And that might be a tradition with your instant tents altogether. They might have that issue, only because of the ease of put up, and there's really no retention on anything to draw the whole entirety of the tent together. So that might be a flaw for you. The zippers, I like how they got the drawstrings, you know, your paracord stuff, because I don't like how the regular traditional zippers, the YKK, are nice, but the fact that the little tabs are metal on a lot of the traditional zippers kind of sucks, because they hang up, they break, whereas this one's pretty easily zipped up and unzipped. Same thing here. Everything's sewn back so nothing grabs. So let's take a look at the inside and see how dark it is. Okay, so we're stepping in to the tent. It's not super dark, but let's see how dark it is when the door's closed. So it does blacken out a lot of the light, but as you can see, there's some bleed through here, especially because this is a GoPro camera. If there was no light, the GoPro would struggle with low lighting. But as you could see, it's pretty decently lit, not too dark. And then it's because you have these gaps here from the rain fly, which you can see out. You have an area to hang a lantern here. And then right here, you have a divider that you could put in, which I'm not gonna put in because it's kind of pointless. The tent size, this is perfect for 2 queen size beds. So as far as headroom, right in the center, I could stand up completely. I still got a lot of headroom. As far as the sides, I could stand up until I start getting to this angle right here, and then that's where it kind of slopes down. So given the fact that you have this tent that's easily able to pop up, it is at a pitch, whereas the other tent that I have, that one's more of a dome. So as it domes up, all the sides you can walk out to the end and be pretty comfortable. This one's not much bigger than the dome tent that I have, only because it tapers inward instead of going straight up. That's kind of a flaw in my opinion. I think they could have a lot more potential if they stood them up. But it does allow you to put 2 queen size mattresses in here really easily. When I go camping, I may have 2 queen sizes that I could put in here and show you. So that's pretty cool because the 14 feet, it extends out in this direction at the bottom, but it tapers in, so you don't get the 14 feet on top, but the base you do. Therefore, you could push the mattresses further out, whereas the other one I only had like maybe 2 or 3 feet. It is kind of warm in here, only because the dark fabric. It says it's supposed to be a little bit cooler, but I mean, that's all opinionated. I mean, I haven't taken a temperature gun in here, but all your tents are gonna get hot without proper ventilation. So we'll compare this D-door window, right? It drops down, which is nice, but you could also zip it up halfway and the zipper stops there, okay? So when you zip it all the way down, you could actually tuck it into itself down here. And this one's a lot lower profile than this door. This door, or this window, actually only allows you to go halfway, and it's one complete zipper as opposed to the D-style window. So as far as headroom when exiting, traditionally, I mean, your door exit's about right there, but since it's slanted, it is a little bit lower. But when you open it up, it's a lot easier to get in and out, like so. So this is about chest height to enter, so you do have to duck, but that's typically no problem. Okay, so when looking at the whole layout, you have the dark mesh on the inside, of course, all blacked out, and then your cooler color on the outside. Everything's pretty thick. I mean, your zippers and stuff zip down, so you got plenty of ventilation, because I think they know it's going to get hot. But traditionally, I set up underneath a tree, so the heat's not directly beating down on me. You have this area, which allows you to unzip this little zipper, so you can run an extension cord through there for lighting. And then this is what the other side looks like. Nothing majorly different than your typical tents of what you're gonna get. I mean, all tents are pretty close to the same concept, the layout of them. It's just how easily they're put up. But that's what it looks like, the entire thing. Like I said, these drawstrings, I think you're gonna need to put down so that way it pulls some tension on everything and gets this thing hunkered down without collapsing inward. If you're interested in the whole takedown of this tent, definitely stay tuned for that time lapse. If not, that's going to complete today's video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. It's greatly appreciated. If you want to see content like this and other content I'll be posting in the near future, definitely consider subscribing. Until next time, I'll see y'all in the next one.